Our next category is Best Editing, and to present that award is the host of Hewy's Animated Movie Reviews, where he reviews animated films old to recent, whether they be hand-drawn, stop-motion, or computer-generated. And yes, I did just copy his introduction. Logan Ridenbaugh.
Hey everyone, Hewy Toonmore here, and I'm very excited to present the category for Best Editing. For some, it's the most fun part of putting your video together. For others, it's the hardest and most time-consuming. Me, I think it's the former, especially with how tedious my editing software can be. And when it sometimes crashes and I forget to save my project and have to restart my whole computer. Anyway, these nominees sure found creative ways to cut each episode and keep the pacing tight and moving. They are Tony Goldmark for Some Jerk with a Camera.
Even beyond that, the Hollywood Hogsmeade is far from perfect, most obviously the sightlines. This is the Walter Lantz building, so of course it's intruding obnoxiously, and apparently they couldn't afford an invisibility cloak big enough for it. It's not a deal breaker or anything, but seeing such a drab normal office building right next to freaking Hogwarts does kinda take you out of the experience just a smidge, as does the finale of the Waterworld stunt show, which happens just outside Hogsmeade's borders.
Ryan Hipp for that show.
A Ghostbusters reboot? I am angry at something now! I will not stand for this! The word must be spoken to everyone! The people on the internet must know what I'm angry about! I must tell them my opinion! That tears it! I'm going outdoors now!
Joseph Patrick for Cartoon Palooza.
All while brand names are getting killed off. Though, not the actual licensed characters. They stick around to remind us that they're the ones paying for the movie to get made. I can only guess Charlie Tuna stopped showing up in commercials due to the other shame for giving this movie a chance. Dax investigates, finds out what the audience would have picked up an hour ago, which is that Brand X is evil.
David Rose for the DVD Shelf.
And, to this day, continues to be one of his most revered works. Back in 1979, King's classic vampire novel Salem's Lot was turned into a well-received 4-hour made-for-TV miniseries that aired on CBS over the course of 2 nights, and when It came along several years later, the instant popularity of the book made a film version a no-brainer. But the heft of the novel just couldn't be contained by a mere 2-hour theatrical feature.
And James Sullivan for High-Maytude.
It's bloated, pandering, predated, and we're just gonna forget about it in a couple years anyway, so let's just start right now, you know? After all, it's not the worst Dr. Seuss adaptation. We all know what that one is. What the?
Great job, High-Maytude. I like this movie, but your review still made me LOLs ROFOL. Could you please do that stupid Mike Myers movie version of the cat?
I see nothing, I know nothing.
And the award for Best Editing goes to... My goodness, the suspense. Holy crap! Tony Goldmark for Some Jerk with a Camera!
Next up is Best Educational Series. Presenting that category is a foremost expert on everyone's favorite blue hedgehog, Sonicguru himself, Daniel Swallow.
Hello and welcome, I'm Sonicguru, and these are the nominees for the Best Educational Series for the Mr. Coat Awards. This just in, cats make a lot of YouTube views. Isn't that right? In other news, I've been voted the most handsome contributor on the Mr. Coat Awards by a grand total of 1. Meaning I have a better love life than VG Retro. Anyway, the nominations are Animation Look Back by Matt Brunet.
In the same year as Another Froggy Evening, January 11th to be exact, Warner Brothers officially made Michigan the mascot of the WB-TV network, which he would go on all the way up to 2005 because of an attempt for the channel to appeal more than just a teen audience. However, that plan didn't last long since the channel closed down on September 17, 2006, in favor of rebuilding a new channel with the CW.
The DVD Shelf by David Rose.
King's massive literary masterpiece, which turned the big 3-0 this year, has lately been making its way back into popular culture in a multitude of ways. Be it with a rash of real-life creepy clown sightings making headlines, this summer's popular Netflix drama Stranger Things harvesting many familiar Stephen King touches, a brand new adaptation coming to theaters in 2017, the original movie getting its very own recent Blu-ray release, or even Pennywise having just been featured on Saturday Night Live.
And Hymetude by James Sullivan.
It's a sequel that won't happen for another, 20 years. Seeing as how Alan is now the focus in the movie, it's his job not just to win the game, but face his fears in the form of the Hunter. It's no coincidence that actor Jonathan Hyde is double cast as him and Alan's father. Some have even compared this casting choice to the play Peter Pan, considering how the actor playing Wendy's father is traditionally double cast as Captain Hook. Even in dialogue, it's almost as if the Hunter is some sort of ironic reincarnation.
And the winner is... Animation Look Back by Matt Brunet.
Okay, we have one final presenter. And since this is Best Comedic Series, I got the perfect person to do it. You saw him on an Honest trailer, and now here is Deadpool! What do you mean we couldn't get him? I sent Ryan Reynolds a tweet. I mean, he didn't respond, so I just took that as a maybe. Okay, who do we have on call? You know what? He's even better. Please welcome from the DVD Shelf, David Rose.
Hello, David Rose here from the DVD Shelf Movie Reviews, a web show that isn't nearly as funny as this year's Mr. Code Award nominees for Best Comedic Series. And the nominees are Pan Pizza, created by Pan Pizza.
His name is Depth Perception. Why, you little toll robber.
The combat when it functions is repetitive. Constantly you just hear Jack screaming, "Soul robber! Soul robber! Soul robber!" Look at this battle. Am I killing this enemy or am I just stunning them? I don't know. It just goes on and on. Oh, finally. Oh, God damn it.
Some Jerk with a Camera, created by Tony Goldmark.
Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy
I hate it when they make the waiters sing.
Happy anniversary, happy, 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 happy.
In the tiki 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 room, in the tiki tiki tiki.
Well, that's two happy haunts. You owe us 997 more, and the death scenes had better be gruesome!
Hi, Sarah.
Oh God, the country bears are back! We're all doomed!
So Eddie Murphy shows up late for dinner and his wife chews him out for not spending more time with his family.
South Jersey Sam, created by Sam Fleming.
I know there are worse games out there based on movies, but they at least had more to work with since most of them were made for consoles. But this was a movie-based game made for the DS. You'd think there would have been more effort, but nope. It was just a half-assed product made to promote a lackluster film.
So all that's left for this game is to either trash it so it can never be seen again, or maybe recycle it into a new and better game. But in the end, it's just going to be a waste of time.
And That Show, created by Ryan Hipp.
I naturally assumed that the Rock Critic and Rock Reviews were the same person because they are both obviously cartoons. I did my research finally. You're subscribed to my YouTube and I haven't bothered to check your stuff out because I'm an asshole. Scrolling through your page, I noticed a severe lack of the melodic rocks.
And the winner is... La La Land. Oh, sorry, Some Jerk with a Camera. Congratulations.
Before I present the final category, I want to give a special shout out to somebody who's very special to all of us. You may have noticed he wasn't nominated this year, as he was in previous ceremonies. Morgan Ledger decided in 2016 to move on to other pastures, but it would be such a fantastic gesture on your part, even if just for a month, if you consider donating to his Patreon page. Here's a link to it. I think he absolutely deserves it, and I'm sure he would appreciate it. It would mean a lot to him. Please think about it. So let's segue from that onto the category of Best Review Series. The final award of the show. Lately, we've seen other award shows like the Annies and even the Oscars open the wrong envelope. Well, we don't do that here at the Mr. Code Awards. We're professionals. Oops, I dropped the envelope. I dropped it. Okay. Is that the correct one? Good. Just double checking. Emmy Awards. Be careful out there. There's some rogue envelopes going around. Here are the nominees for Best Review Series. Cartoon Palooza, created by Joseph Patrick.
I could see what Universal was going for since they did it for Earthworm Jim. But the game was a 2D platformer where the animation from both the game and the cartoon could be seen hand in hand. A cutscene in Crash Bandicoot like the one that was released on Live would feel more like Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, side by side with the Toy Story movies. It's not bad, it's just its own thing. Even the music and the animation, as catchy as it was, doesn't sync with the iconic tone of the first game.
DVD Shelf, Foreign Flicks, created by Andy Snyder.
Whether it be The Lord of the Rings, which utilized the beautiful landscapes of New Zealand to create many different regions of Middle-earth, or Peter Jackson's earlier works such as Braindead, released in America as Dead Alive. And while I will certainly review some of Jackson's earlier work in the future, I would like to discuss another New Zealand film that tackles the same genre that Jackson's earlier work is known for, and that film is the 2006 horror comedy Black Sheep.
Hewy's Animated Movie Reviews, created by Logan Ridenbaugh.
I mean, just look at the water. This has got to be some of the finest animation I've seen used for water since the animated short Piper. The ocean flows and waves are smooth as silk. At times I actually felt like I could jump in and swim in it, it was so convincing. But creating the ocean as a character made it incredibly difficult for the animators because the team had to not only program a CGI ocean behave the way like real water does, but also give it a personality the way the real ocean doesn't.
And Sonicguru, created by Daniel Swallow.
Yes, Sonic the Hedgehog 8-bit was my first ever video game. Developed by 8chan and released on October 1991 for the Sega Master System and the Game Gear 2 months later, this was my first step into the world of video games and Sonic the Hedgehog. Gameplay is similar to that of the Mega Drive version. Sonic's abilities and items available are the same. Although the gameplay is similar, the game focuses more on exploration than the high-speed antics of its 16-bit counterpart.
And the best review series goes to Cartoon Palooza. And thank you for everyone for watching. Congratulations to all the nominees and winners, and I'll see you next year.
That's Groovy Valley, Hooey Hollywood, where any office boy